for those of us who aren't the thriftiest in our everyday lives, it can be a bit challenging to make that switch. So we've got Daniel here with us. We're going to ask him about that. You put him to the test with a 7-day thrifty challenge. So Daniel, in one word, how was your thrifty week?
Can I say interesting?
You sure
Okay,
can.
yeah, that's definitely the word I would pick, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be tuned in for that. Okay, before we get into how you did, Eco Queen Julia Grieves set you up with your thrifty rules. So you set them up, Jules. How do you think Daniel did with your rules?
Okay, interesting to me means fun. I think he had a great time, and I think he did really well because they're not that hard to follow.
Fair enough. And she's a glass half full kind of gal.
That's right, that's right.
So she's thinking that this was a good time. So your first rule.
Yes.
Buy second-hand everything. Everything?
Everything. So I'm talking air fryers to air filters.
Okay.
I am all about thrifting now. I'm a thrifty girl. Thanks, Julia. So
transformation
we
complete.
obviously all know the big names in the thrifting world,
yes.
But there's also a lot of local shops that have opened up. So thrifting and vintage shops are really important. We obviously can find clothing, but you can also find really cute gift ideas. So for example, my husband's really big into the 90s. I'm wearing head-to-toe vintage right now. Everything is thrifted, all the way down to my shoes. I'm telling you, I found it all. Yeah. But there's also really fun ideas. So like a little fun 90s bag, a little throwback there. We've got some fun mugs.
Is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
It sure is.
Yes, it
Teenage Mutant. That's right. So really great gift ideas. Clothing, obviously important, but you can also find appliances, furniture. You literally can find anything if you put your mind to it.
Okay, good stuff. So you've entered the world and now you're taking over.
That's right,
okay.
Absolutely.
Now, the second rule, Julia calls the 24-hour rule. Daniel, what is that?
Okay, so the 24-hour rule is do not impulse buy online. Now, I'm a Libra, quintessential Libra, so I do not ever make a decision very quickly. Okay. But also, a lot of your favorite brands have a wish list option. So you can add items to your wish list, sit on it, and then the next day, if you still really want it, go ahead and get it for yourself. But I mean, you should see, I have all the tabs on my phone, on my computer, everything is wish listed.
Okay, so that helped. You were almost already there anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a big impulse buyer.
I'm not a big impulse buyer,
yes.
thankfully.
My whole thing is if you see the boots and you love the boots and you don't buy the boots but you dream about the boots, you can have the boots the next day.
It's a sign. It really is.
Right?
That's right.
So I dreamt about it. God wants me to have them.
Absolutely. That's
so I think that that's also kind of a 24-hour rule, just done my silly way. Next rule for your thrifty week, you had to DIY your own cleaning products, which we know Jules is huge on. She's talked about it on the show before. How did you feel about that?
Okay, so I'm going to be really honest about this one. I didn't love this challenge, but if you have dish soap, baking soda, yes, I always get those confused. That's right, and a little bit of vinegar, you dilute it with water. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of the smell, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I found recipes online that you can add essential oils to. So I love the smell of eucalyptus. You can also do lemon, lavender, those sorts of things. My husband buys green cleaners as it is, so this was a little bit of a mix-up for me, but loved it, and it cleaned everything from the bathroom to the kitchen. You can make a paste out of this, and it gets grime off of your shower tiles. Like, it does work. It does work. It just takes a little bit of practice.
I think we've got to switch sort of our thinking that it's got to be like bleach and toxic for it to get things clean. It doesn't. Vinegar is your best friend. But I find this challenging because I already don't want to clean.
Fair.
So now you're saying not only do you need to clean, go make the product.
That's right.
It's like if I ever needed an excuse to take a nap, that was it. But this is where we should all be moving to.
That's
if you've got pets, if you've got kids, like they're licking the floor, they're touching everything.
It's very true.
It's better for you this way.
I agree.
You know, I'm aspirationally going in that direction. I don't know.
I'll make you some. You can take the bottle home with you.
Thank
There's
you.
no problem. You got it.
Up next, you say this was the easiest rule to follow. Homemade coffee.
Okay, so I am a coffee queen. I live for coffee. Don't talk to me before I have it in the morning.
I love it too.
But you can have your favorite coffee shop coffee at home. You can buy the grounds in your grocery store. You can buy it from the coffee shop. You can do French press. You can do drip coffee. There's even compostable pods now, which I really appreciate. So it's thrifty and eco-conscious.
Yeah.
And there's also recipes online. So it's PSL season in the fall. We all love it.
Right.
You can make your own syrups at home. And then you grab it on the go. You express yourself with a fabulous reusable mug. Easy peasy.
Nice. And use something subtle like this.
Yes, very subtle. As you can tell, I'm very quiet. I'm not a loud person at all. Very humble.
Very unassuming.
Absolutely.
Right? That's
just
what I got by the nails.
wallflower, for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
Totally. Okay, so she also said, and this one is really difficult, I think, spend no money, like not even $1, like a no spend day.
Not one penny.
Not
okay,
one
so
penny.
here's the thing. Recently, we invested in bikes. Now, my bicycle is my best friend. I can get around the city really easily. I also always recommend that you play tourist in your own city. So what I mean by that is you find your city's social media, and you'll normally find free programming. So museums, parks, restaurants usually have promotions. Coffee shops you can probably get for free sometimes if there's a new coffee shop opening. So there's no spending, but you still get to treat yourself. There's lots of things to see and do in the world that don't cost any money, but my bicycle, my best friend.
Oh, that is so good to hear. Because for me, I always think you leave your house and you spend $120 like minimum.
At least.
Like it's very difficult to find free things to do, free entertainment, free places to hang out that they're not going to say you're loitering, keep it moving.
That's true.
So you did amazing, but I want to know what Eco Queen Jules thinks. Jules, how do you think he did?
I think you did amazing. Absolutely amazing. And one other thing I love about the no spend day is actually just making that a challenge, even with your husband. My husband and I do it all the time, and it makes it really fun, right? Like honestly, when you're trying to save money, sometimes it gets a bit depressing or whatever. This is a challenge. I'm like, oh my God, I brought my coffee today. You know, I'm gonna walk to work today, or I filled up the car with gas on Sunday, so I'm doing no spend day on Monday, right? It's like, you know, you challenge it like that. And I hear you with the cleaning. I'm really proud of you for trying, and that was really good, really good. But do you understand the amount of money you are going to save when all you have is vinegar, baking soda, and dish soap? That's it. That's all you need.
I'll tell you,
the entire house.
There's something so comforting about what you say, Jules, and it's that you don't have to be 100% green 100% of the time.
That's true.
You're just asking everyone to try a little bit. If we all try a little bit, the impact will be huge.
That's massive. And once you believe that, that's when it starts working.
Very good.